Welcome to the Malted Minis, brought to you by the Malting Hour. I am one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Whittinger.
Brandon. Happy Malted Mini recording to you.
And same to you, my friend.
How's it going?
Good.
Pretty good to hang out. We ate some wings. I'm gonna
Some
point that
delicious fucking wings.
We did not do it on mic because it would just be a bunch of. This is not an ASMR podcast, but it'd just be a whole bunch of like chewing and slurping on fingers. These are spicy, delicious lollipop Asian chicken wings.
So good.
I can't wait till we're done recording because I am gonna have a couple more.
Oh, you should. Good. As you should.
But we still haven't done the eating hour. We are doing the Malted Minis. And Brandon, what are we drinking this week?
Today we are drinking we are drinking steam beer from Anchor Brewing Company.
Yes, we are.
It's their flagship beer.
An RIP for now, I guess. I still don't know what's going on, but they're not doing anything right now. Classic staple of craft beer in America for many years. And when did you get this beer?
Towards the end of the summer.
Yeah. It was bottled back in, looks like June 20th of this year.
Okay.
So, well, 5 months out, and you've kept it cold this entire time. The last Anchor beer I had was this year. I had the Anchor Porter, which was one of my favorite porters of all time, and that still held up as being such a fantastic beer. But the Anchor Steam Beer, I can't tell you the last time I had this. Maybe when I was in California many moons ago. What you did there. It's a solid beer.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally is like it's. Do you have the description of the beer up on your channel?
I do. So, what it says on the Anchor Brewing website is a true San Francisco icon. Steam beer is America's original craft beer, named for the 19th century practice of fermenting beer outdoors due to the lack of refrigeration. As legend has it, the chilly San Francisco night air naturally cooled the fermenting beer, creating the visual of steam rising from the brewery top. Crispness of a lager, complexity of an ale. Flavor profile should be like bright amber.
Yep.
Balanced hops. Rich and refreshing.
Rich. Sure.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know if rich would be the word I would use. When I think of rich, I think of something that's like very in your face and like overtakes everything else. Refreshing, yes. The hoppiness on it is nice. It smells like an amber beer. It doesn't smell very hoppy. But yeah, damn. That's delicious.
It's a well done beer, and there's a reason that Anchor had been around for so long.
Yeah, and cranking out this beer and it being their flagship and also just a staple of American craft beer for so many years.
Yeah, and it blows my mind that this just is gonna go away. I don't know.
There's from last time that I was reading about it, it was possibly being purchased by a group of people.
That's what I thought.
But nothing that was going to mean distribution outside of San Francisco as of right now. So that's fine. I'm happy. I hope that's the case, at least for keeping Anchor alive and that something happens with it. I would love more distribution back here in Illinois because Anchor is delicious. And this is definitely one of those beers that I think, as I got into craft beer, I tried. I was like, oh yeah, that's great, and then never went back to because there was the IPA, explosion where it was like, how many hops are you gonna put in there? More hops, more alcohol. Sneeze as usual. But this was one of the ones that I feel like got lost along the way for me. I just overlooked it after having it one or two times or a few times. Probably more than one or two times, but
we took it for granted.
Absolutely. And I feel like that's why I go back and revisit Sierra Nevada's Pale Ale every now and then, because it's a beer that stands out to me as, one of the originators of craft beer in the United States, and it's such a great pale ale. And I love it.
Yeah.
I don't want that to go away either. So I actually just recently got my first 6-pack of Celebration from Sierra Nevada.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very happy to have that. Had a couple of those Thanksgiving and keeping the rest for Christmas. I'll probably get more. And I just saw someone post that they're doing cases of bottles again. For
Really?
Yeah, Celebration, something I haven't seen in a while because it's normally just cans now.
That's cool. That'll be interesting to see. I haven't seen it yet, but that would be cool to see. So
Yeah, I've not seen the bottles. Speaking of bottles, and this time of year, which I'm not sure when this is coming out. It's probably after Christmas. Old Fezziwig made a return for Sam Adams in
nice.
6-pack. So
nice.
I'm sure by this time this is out, you and I have enjoyed at least one or two of them.
We should.
But yeah, this is a great beer. Sad to see that Anchor is not being distributed. I hope it all works out. I hope that I'm right about what I said is people or groups or whoever have purchased Anchor and hopefully keep it going, because it'd be a damn shame to actually see it go away forever.
Yeah, I just did a quick search, and there was an article out of San Francisco about 5 days ago that there is bidding underway for the brewery to take over the brewery and obviously the beer and to keep it alive. So I don't know what that means again for like distribution or whatever, but excited that somebody's putting forth the effort to take on this beer.
Absolutely. That's what I'm hoping for as well. I hope that that's the case. I hope that it is something that will still be a beer that's readily available, whether it, is only on the West Coast, because then you go to the West Coast, you're going to go there and get it at least.
Yep.
And it, if it goes back to distribution, I think people would be happy to see that and probably respect it a little bit more.
Yeah. What upsets me is the multitude of times that I've been to San Francisco back in the early days of my career, like the fact that I never made it to Anchor Brewing.
Sure. The one time I was there, I did not go.
Because I think it was just outside the city, and it was just like, like everything just didn't align. And it was on my list always to be like, oh, I got to go check that out. And I just never made it out there. But let it be known that if they do survive and they do keep going in some capacity, if I ever make it back out there, I will make a promise to make it out there.
And I just realized, as we're talking about this, that this would probably be one of the first years in a long time I've not had Anchor's Christmas Ale.
Oh.
It's one of the ones I always go for.
Because it's so fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
it's such a good beer.
There's got to be someone who's got some lying around. We might have to do a search for that. See if some shops got some Anchor Christmas beer. And if they do, we'll break out the phone or break out a recorder and report about it. Well, it was delicious, man. Thank you for sharing this with me and saving it to drink with me. It's very good, and I'm very happy and grateful to have another Anchor Steam beer.
Me too.
Yeah. Love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
Until next week, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.